Alright, so today we're going to be talking about eye and hand dominance. So left eye, trying to find your eye dominance, you can find tons of tests and things online. They're pretty simple. So once you figure that out, generally that's the eye you want to draw under. So that'll be the pouch hand. And generally how it goes is if you're right eye dominant, you're right hand dominant, and vice versa. So pouch you want to have in your dominant hand, and you want to draw that under your dominant eye. And then your non-dominant hand you want holding the frame. But some people like me are cross-dominant, which means, like me, I have my right hand is dominant, but my left eye is dominant. And so I didn't know that when I started shooting. So I hold the frame in my right hand and draw under my left eye, because that's what eye was better. And when I started shooting, my right eye was closed, so it didn't make much of a difference, because when you begin shooting, it doesn't really matter. But then I moved on to shooting both eyes open. So when you shoot both eyes open, I just kept the right hand and drew under this eye, and that worked out fine for me. Others might, when they realize that what might be backwards, they might switch it, and that might be more comfortable. So if that's you, maybe try the other side. It might be more comfortable, maybe more accurate. So another thing is, if you're shooting, so like that was gangster. If you're shooting upright, that means you're going like this and you're drawing next to your eye. You want to pull. I got this one banded up. You want to pull to your dominant eye, because that's in line. You would aim down this fork tip, generally, the one that's in front of your eye. So if you closed your left eye and my right eye was open, it'd be crooked. So your line of fire would not be the same. So if you're shooting upright, have it like this. You want the inside fork to match whatever eye you have open. Some people shoot both eyes open once again, then that just comes down to personal preference, because both eyes are open. I do recommend trying both eyes open, because if you're shooting longer distance and stuff, you can shoot doubles your vision, because you can see way more, and it helps to estimate distances and drop and whatnot, especially with over the top and TTF, because you need I don't have a TTF frame down here. Oh, I do. Because the bands will be covering the target as you go up. So both eyes open, you can see where you're aiming. And that helps a lot. But if, like instinctive shooters, like people who just go like this, shoot upright without an anchor, just pull it all the way back as far as they want, just release. Most of them don't have anchor points anyway. So it doesn't matter eye dominance or hand dominance. It just comes down to, like I said earlier, personal preference, and that doesn't affect their shooting as much, because they shoot instinctive. They're not aiming down the bands at something. They're just letting it go when they feel ready. Butterfly shooters, that's pretty much the same as short draw, because it's still in line. So generally they'll tilt their head to line up with the bands on the frame. So you'd still want to draw under your dominant eye, because you're sighting down the bands to aim, and that would help. But once you learn how to shoot with both eyes open, it changes a lot. Once I went to both eyes open, you don't want to go back to one eye open. It's just, you see way less. Judging different distances is way harder, and it's honestly easier just to have both eyes open, because it's kind of annoying to have to close one eye all the time. And that's pretty much it. Find what works for you, and shoot straight. Have a nice day.